It's time for Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
You're watching Football Friday on Dakota News Now. Let's go Bears!
And thank you to the Hanson cheerleaders. Welcome to our second Football Friday show of the year, and everyone has started their season and they're ready to get on the field. I'm Cooper Seamer.
And I'm Joseph Lemelin. We have 14 games from across South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota tonight as football season is in full swing.
Well, we'll start with Class 11 AAA defending champs Sioux Falls Lincoln. They host Rapid City Stevens to start the year at Howard Wood Field. First play of the season for the Patriots. They're already in midseason form. Brody Schaefer hitting Michael Roach, and he's gone 60 yards to the house. It's 7-0 Lincoln. It'd be 13-0 when Schaefer and Roach would connect again. It's another deep ball, and Roach again off to the races. He had the first 3 touchdown catches of the game. It's 20-0. They'd be up 27-0 on the doorstep again. Schaefer finding Lewis and Akasi with a one-handed catch. 34-0 Patriots, and they fire out on all cylinders. They beat Rapid City Stevens 62-14.
An impressive showing, and 5th-ranked O'Gorman starts their year just south of town in Harrisburg tonight as the Tigers enter the season ranked 3rd. Tigers quarterback Beckett Paulson drops back. Gavin Hamrich comes off the edge, and it is a touchdown, 14-6 Tigers. Just before halftime, Tigers driving, O'Gorman's Hunter Cox picks it off, and he got his toes in. The toe tap is successful. 4th and 1 for Harrisburg in the 3rd quarter. Josiah Hines gets inside and then cuts outside and puts the Tigers ahead 21-6. This game got crazy. In the 4th quarter, the field goal is blocked and Talik Schlimgen recovers it. The Knights would score a late touchdown to stun the Tigers at home.
And that final score there, 25-24. That was a crazy defensive game. Brandon Valley is tied with Sioux Falls Lincoln in the media poll as the top team in the class. And they would play the late game tonight at Howard Wood against Sioux Falls, Washington. The Lynx offense moving early. Levi Caserna hammers it home from 11 yards out. That caps off a 17-play drive, and the Lynx lead 6-0. Vaskerna would look to get the toss again, looks to get into the end zone, but did he lose the ball before he got over the goal line? They're going to rule he did. It's a touchback. Sioux Falls, Washington has the ball. Just before half, though, the Lynx would look to strike again. Brids Knudsen finds Nolan Pudwill, and he jumps over the defender for the touchdown. And this one, Brandon Valley able to pull it out late. They win 28-7.
And the 4th-ranked Sioux Falls Jefferson heads north to take on the 11 AA defending champions, Watertown Arrows. Late in the first, Cavs already up 7, and running back Davion Simonson getting to the outside, 25-yard scamper for that score. Watertown would respond, large part because of this. Watertown running back Lincoln Shutt, 50 yards down the sideline. That drive was capped by a short touchdown pass as he was taken down there in the red zone. But it was all Jefferson after that. In fact, this is the next kickoff, and Cavs wide receiver Tyson Teves weaves through the Arrow special teams unit, 80 yards to the house. Jefferson spoiling the party, 51-7 over Watertown.
Finally, the Rough Riders of Sioux Falls Roosevelt out west to start the season, taking on Rapid City Central. Opening drive of the game, 4th and 4 for Central here. Braden Jackson gets the handoff. He's going to bust up the middle for a gain of 14. The drive, though, would end with a missed field goal. Rough Riders are going to go to work on offense. Wesley Workmeister throws it down the field. He's picked off by Onzai Weaver, who's going to bring it down the sideline, and we just might have a house call here. Weaver gets the return, 46 yards for the touchdown. And this game just either wrapping up here or it should be done. We'll take a look at the scoreboard now, and that's your 4th quarter score. The Rapid City Central up 23-7. Quickly looking again at your AAA scores. As again, Sioux Falls Lincoln, Brandon Valley, Jefferson, and O'Gorman all winning games. Next up in 11 AA and 11A starting their seasons, as well as some big matchups tonight in Hartford and North Sioux City. You're watching Football Friday.
You're watching Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
Welcome back to our second week of Football Friday as the rest of the 11-man teams in South Dakota start their seasons.
That's right, and we have some heavy-hitting games right away at the beginning of the year. We'll start in T as the fourth-ranked Titans would host Spearfish from out west. First play of the game, sophomore quarterback Mitch Grant moving like a freight train, and he's going to put on the Jets, taking it all the way for a 60-yard touchdown, and it is 7-0 Titans. Spearfish looking to respond. Running back Mick Bosch is going to get the rock here and look to make something going. It's a nice game, trying to get some juice going. Later on, though, T's defense would just come up big here. Here's Chase DeBoer getting into the backfield here and looking to make a sack, a big one at that, and that's going to help force a punt. T wins this one 22-14. And here's some more scores from 11 AA. That Pierre Aberdeen Central game just getting started due to lightning. Yankton taking the win. Sturgis upsetting Brookings. T area again with the win, and that was your Sioux Falls Jefferson Watertown score.
And Class 11A starts out hot as top-ranked Sioux Falls Christian dukes it out at fourth-ranked West Central. Second quarter, Sioux Falls Christian near the goal line, direct snap to Jensen Pixler, and he bowled his way into the end zone, 6-0 Chargers. West Central with the ball, Carter Gross throws it, intercepted by the Sioux Falls Christians. Tate Connell, and he returns it all the way to the 5-yard line. Next play. This one looks a little familiar. Direct snap to Christian's Jensen Pixler, and he scores again. SFC winning 24-0.
It's not broken, why fix it, right?
Exactly.
Of course, defending champs Lennox opened the season at home. They host the Tanagers of Vermillion. The two defenses showing out early in the first quarter, 3 total interceptions. But here's running back Talon Ike refusing to be tackled, taking the ball down. A big game for the Lennox Orioles. That's going to set up this touchdown here. Ramsey Williams able to get into the end zone, and that finishes off the drive. Vermillion will respond quickly, though. The next big drive, Bryce Voss getting the rock, leaving everyone in the dust, turning on the Jets, and Vermillion adding some life to this game. Later in the quarter, Caden Holes for Lennox looking to drop back. He goes to his right here. He's going to look to find someone downfield, and he'll find Drake Mickelson to put the Orioles back up by a touchdown. And Lennox just too much tonight for Vermillion to handle. They're going to pull away and win 35-18.
And finally, Dell Rapids goes on the road to a tough environment in North Sioux City as they take on Dakota Valley. Panthers down 14-7 in the third quarter. Bennett Lucan rushes for a big gain while trucking over a Dell Rapids defender. Same drive, quarterback Ty DeGeorgia tries to elude the pressure, short arms the throw, and that was an interception. And Dell Rapids would win it 28-7 to get to 1-0 on the season.
We'll take a look at your scores. Here's the rest from 11A. Again, Sioux Falls Christian, Lennox, Dell Rapids taking wins. Madison going out west to beat Belfouche. We'll go to 11B now to take a look at those scores. Wagner upsetting Winter. That's a big one. Elk Point Jefferson escapes this week on a bye. St. Thomas More with the win over Mount Vernon Plankinton. And Sioux Valley taking the win over Clark Willow Lake. When we come back, we're looking at a slugfest in Elkton while a heated match goes down in Alexandria in Class 9 AA. And welcome back. Both Viborg-Hurley and Elkton Lake Benton hugged big numbers on their opponents last week.
And now they're facing off on the field against each other this week as the two powerhouses in 9AA meet. And it's a potential dome preview game in Elkton tonight as these two teams know this is a big early season game they don't want to lose. First quarter, Elkton driving, Colt Beck calls his own number, runs up the middle, breaks outside, 19-yard touchdown. Elks go up 8-0. Second quarter now, again, it's Colt Beck, again up the middle as soon as he sees that pressure come on the outside, and it is 14-0. Elkton, long run up the middle. After an interception, Elliot Erickson rips off a run down to the 1-yard line. Elks up 21-0, nearing the end of the half. Elks at it again. Elkton goes on to rout the third-ranked Cougars 43-0.
That's not the score we were expecting tonight. We expected that one to be a lot closer. Elkton Lake Benton looking legit. How about another electric game in 9AA tonight? Hamlin travels south to take on the Beavers of Hanson. First quarter for Hamlin. Jackson Wadworth is going to run and pitch this one ahead to Bowden Stevenson, and he's going to come in to score to make it 7-0. Hanson's next drive, Jet Yeager looking to throw it deep, finding someone. It's Carter Endorf, and the diving catch in the end zone for the 25-yard touchdown. We're all tied up at 7. Still in the first here, Jackson Wadsworth looking to pass. He can't find anyone, so he's going to scramble, break a tackle, and look at this jump into the end zone here, and it's 15-7 Hamlin. Second quarter now, Hanson, as they try to pull out the reverse here, it's Cole DeWald beating everyone, scoring from 30 yards out down the right sideline for the touchdown, but Hamlin, though, too much. They go on to win this one close, 29-23. And the rest of your scores in 9AA. Again, Elkton like Benton taking the win, Hamlin the win, Marion Freeman Academy with the big win over Bonham tonight, and Hill City taking care of Lemon McIntosh. We'll take a look at the rest of the 9-man action, as well as Iowa and Minnesota when we come back. You're watching Football Friday on Dakota News Now. Welcome back to the final segment of our second Football Friday show.
And we'll end it on a high note in South Dakota as Alcester-Hudson takes on Centerville in a huge 9A matchup. The Cubs upset Howard last week. Now have to handle the high-octane Tornadoes offense. Tornadoes fresh off a win. First drive for the home team, and Ethan Brown intercepts 6 points for the away team before their offense even got a chance to take the field. 8-0, and center field gets another go at it. The very next drive, Alec Austin looking deep, and he'll look a long throw, and he'll connect with Hogan Hybertson for a 60-plus yard touchdown. Knocking it right back. 2 scores in the first 2 drives, but then we wouldn't have any scoring for the rest of the first half. In the second half, Tommy Wolf took it in for the 2-point conversion earlier. This time, he picks up 6 points for the team. 14-7, the Cubs take the ball back here, and they would score again. That lead would stick as the Cubs win 26-21, improving their record to 2-0.
This might finally be Alcester-Hudson's years. They've had a lot of great teams and just haven't been able to get the job done. This team looking really legit. We have a treat for you tonight from out west as third-ranked Harding County Bison facing off against top-ranked Wall. First play of the game, running back. We got a fumble here from Harding County Bison, and the Eagles of Wall take over with great field position. Wall quarterback Tanner Vollmer, who's been electric in the last couple of years, and he's certainly one of the better players in South Dakota. He rushed for 1,000 yards last year, takes this one right up the middle, and Wall's up 7-0 early in this game. Wall's going to get the ball back. Vollmer, this time looking to pass, connects with Dawson Hancock, who's then just going to do the rest himself, taking it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown, 56 yards. Wall was up 20-0 in just the first quarter, and they would go on to win 73-20.
A lot of offense, and we'll look at the rest of your 9A scores. Wall obviously winning 73-20. Warner over Gettysburg 41-0. So the 2 top seeds getting dominant wins tonight, and then Alcester-Hudson with the win over Centerville.
And some 9B scores as well to take a look at here. Sully Buttes picking up the win. Avon over Sioux Falls Lutheran. Del Rapids St. Mary's. Big win over Irene Wakanda. Ipswich and Scotland Menno both picking up upsets over ranked opponents. Finally, we'll cross into state lines into Iowa as West Lyon starts their season on the road taking on Western Christian. Easton DeYoung here with a keeper that's going to look to go up the middle, and this was the name of the game for West Lyon, is just steady progress as we look to get to the highlights here, hopefully. Moving with the sticks here. A nice run up the middle for him, and DeYoung looking to get the Wildcats moving. River Kramer this time getting the pitch, and he's going to take it around the edge, making some noise with another set of first downs here. Finally, River Kramer again for West Lyon, looking to find room, and he's going to make his way around the end to score. West Lyon would blank Western Christian, winning this one 41-0. Now quickly some Iowa scores for you here. Okoboji, Algona, Humboldt, and Hinton all taking wins. We'll go to the next scoreboard now, as well as Boyden, Hull, Rock Valley, MLC of Floyd Valley, Sioux Center, and West Sioux taking some wins. Finally in Minnesota, we've got Edgerton, Springfield, Dawson, Boyd, Fairmont, and Windham area all taking wins tonight. It's an exciting first week. We're excited to have you back, and we're only in our second show, but I think we're already up and running, and I know certainly the teams across the entire area are ready to go in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week for another edition of Football Friday.